Welcome to another edition of the DX Engineering video series. And we have the distinct pleasure of doing a part two. This is the first time we've done a part two. And this is with Ward Silver, N0AX. So welcome back to Tallmadge, Ohio, Ward.
Thanks, Tim.
Hey, you're just fresh off of doing two great books that you were the editor for at the ARRL.
That's right. We have that and the Handbook and the Antenna book.
Yes.
Nice.
And the Antenna book is like a lot of new stuff is in the Antenna book.
Yes, we only revise the Antenna book once every few years. So when the Antenna book comes out, we try to do a makeover of a lot of the Antenna book. So we got new projects, we have new chapters, we have updated material and a lot of the chapters from people who really know what they're doing.
So tell me about one of the ones that really caught your interest of the new thing that's in the Antenna book.
One of the best parts is Carl, K9LA, is an expert on propagation. And he redid the propagation chapter to cover a lot of VLF stuff. We're talking about possibly some new bands at 2,200 meters. I put up a dipole for that. And 630 meters. And so Carl talks about that, some upgraded coverage of all that kind of thing, and we have a variety of new antenna designs, too numerous to tell, new portable antennas, lots of neat little bits and pieces, projects, theory, the whole thing.
So this is the 23rd edition, so that means there are 22 other antenna books that have been around. But I mean, if I have the 22nd or 21st edition, is there enough new stuff that you got together with the gurus around the world? Do you feel like, I mean, how much of this book is new?
Typically about 15% is completely new, and the rest has been touched in various ways. So we try to make sure we touch at least half of that book. Now the 22nd edition got about a 75% makeover because it had been sort of touched for a while, but it hadn't really been comprehensively updated. And so the 22nd edition got totally reorganized, and that was just a lot of work in and of itself. And the 23rd edition builds on that to take it farther. For example, Rudy Severn's N6LF is an expert on radial systems, the effect of ground on antennas, which, as we know on HF, is so important for antenna performance. Rudy's been doing a lot of research, and he's built up Chapter 3, The Effects of Ground, based on his 22nd edition work. So we're continuing to extend these new areas of understanding and trying to bring in new research where it really makes a bang for the buck kind of difference. So
did you get pretty excited about the contribution that Justin G0KSC did in the LFA area?
Yes, and Justin did a brand new chapter of high performance VHF, UHF antennas in the Yagi section. We'd had Steve Palaszczuk, K1FO. His designs have been the standard here in the United States for 20 years, and they're good antennas, nothing wrong with them. Justin has advanced the state of the art and rewrote that whole section, provided a whole new set of antenna designs, Yagi antenna designs that have better pattern control, better side lobe control so that they pick up less noise, and he had a lot of information about how you design those antennas. So more reason to get a look at that book.
Well, that's great. And so you were here about a year ago. You make a kind of an annual trek out here. So in the last 12 months, what the heck have you been doing?
What the heck have I been doing? Well, let's see. I've been building my own station after many years of not having a station. I had a station out in Washington, and then it's been a very kind of guest op situation for a while, and I finally got started on this station and moved a lot of dirt. I should have a section in the antenna book called Dirt. There seems to be a lot of that with putting up towers and digging trenches and getting everything connected and lightning protection and all this kind of stuff. And so now, by golly, I've got a station. It's loud. I'm working guys. I'm holding frequencies. It's a lot of fun. And what else? Been working on new edition for the handbook. I've got a book coming out. Can't tell you what it is right now, but it'll be announced before long. It'll be a very useful book. And the extra class license manual. We're completing the cycle of all 3 license manuals, with the final pool of the set is going to go into effect next July. And so I have to do a new license manual for that.
And last week, I mean, I don't know how you find time to do all the things that you do.
I don't sleep.
You don't? Well, that's
coffee.
There you go. Lots of it. Last week, you were involved in the ARRL School Club Roundup.
Yes.
So what school and what did you do?
Well, let's see. The School Club Roundup, for those of you that don't know, is the replacement of the old novice Roundup, and it's to enlist high school, primary school, junior high, college clubs. They all get on the air. They call CQ in the afternoons for a whole week, and basically try to work as many people as they can, and all the clubs and that sort of thing. So I mentor a high school station in St. Charles, the St. Charles Amateur Radio Club, KD0QLW. And so we got on the air for a couple of days after school, and Adam ran off a string of North Dakotas right off the bat, and he was totally excited. So we have students who are studying for their license at this point, and they were glad to make contact. So we worked all across the continent on 20 meters, had a terrific time, and that's the point, is just to expose people, make contacts, have fun, show them that it's really about what propagation can do, so you can talk all around the world, and you don't have to have huge antennas, and people will call you, and it really sets the hook. It makes it a lot of fun for kids.
Well, it's interesting that you refer to the high school club that you mentor, that you've kind of taken under your wing, and how lucky the high school in St. Charles is to have, Ward Silver.
They don't know that, so they just don't tell them. Yeah.
Well, it really sets down kind of a neat idea for a lot of us to follow your lead.
Somebody helped us. You've got to pay it back. And with, as you know, when you get a license, it's a license to learn. You don't really automatically know all this stuff. So somebody has to explain. Push to talk is really release to listen, and how to tune in a signal, and what do the call signs mean, and why do you use phonetics, and how do you log something down, and why do you use world time and not local time. All these little tiny little questions. Those are the things that we need to be out there mentoring the young people and the new hams and explaining it to them.
Well, and no update with N0AX would be complete without talking about the Spurious Emissions Band.
The Spurious Emissions, right again. And
we're, 91 days until Dayton.
Yeah, we better practice. Yeah, we practice, as K1AR said, practicing day and night. Yes, we practice once in the day and once in the night, whether we need it or not. So we've got another set of songs out of the Spurious Emissions Songbook, which is fairly deep at this point, and we'll be there Friday night. Contest Super Sweet, starting at 10 o'clock and going until the pizza. We can't compete with pizza, okay? Pizza comes, it's all over, but it's a lot of fun.
So this is like just 30 minutes of time that everybody waits for all year long.
1 hour.
Oh, you've expanded into an hour.
Yeah, it's a full hour.
Full hour.
Little stage banter, everything from Bob Dylan to, let's see, well, I'm thinking about Frank Sinatra. We'll find out.
We'll find out. Any special guests this year?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yet.
You
still have some time.
That's true. 2 people rushed the stage last year, but we don't want to talk about that. Yeah, we'll have some fun. People are always interested in volunteering. It's just such a pickup thing that it's sort of a personal. It's therapeutical, I suppose I should say. But we enjoy just going out there and having fun.
Over time, it's evolved and it's become more fun, I hope.
Well, yeah, a lot more fun. The first one was we just kind of wandered into a corner of the room and banged on a beer bottle until we annoyed everybody into looking at us, and then we sang 4 songs and left. So that was pretty good, and some people even liked it. So we came back next year with a few more, and this will be the sixth year, the
Sixth
sixth big year, the Spurious Emissions World Tour 2016.
Yeah, only at the Dayton Crown Plaza, so
By law.
by law. Long-term contract.
Sort of like the Hooterville Drum and Kazoo Corps banned from within the city limits. But,
There you go. Well, Ward, thanks very much for sitting down with us again. We're
Glad to
very,
talk to everybody.
very, very proud of all the giving back that you do, certainly with the books and the talks that you give and the mentoring to young people and certainly with the band. I mean, we could go on and on and on.
Thanks.
But we'll wrap it up for this time.
Much
and
obliged.
say 73 to all of you, and thanks for watching the DX Engineering video series.
73.